Hello everybody, hope you're all well today. It's unboxing time again, and today's video is a very special video because it's sponsored by TCG Raptor. And TCG Raptor are an online hobby store. They deal with model kits, trading cards, tools and supplies, and also some sports cards as well. They don't have a massive inventory, but they are a new company and they're adding to it the whole time. I remember first time I looked at it a couple of days ago, they had a small few model kits, and now they've expanded again, so they've got quite a lot of model kits. But like as I said, they also do trading cards, they do tools and supplies, paints and things, and they also do sports cards. But in relation to the models, they do AMT, Bandai, Hasegawa, Hobby Boss, Meng models, Tamiya, and of course ZVEZDA, which this kit is. It's a ZVEZDA kit. They are based in the US, and they buy stuff cheap and they pass it on cheap as well. I wouldn't say cheap, but much lower than, say, the big online places and the big hobby stores. So check them out. The link is in the description box below. More about them a little bit later on. But first, what are we doing? We're doing an unboxing. Yes. Oh yes, as well. Watch the rest of this video because there's a little nice little offer there for people within the US who want to buy stuff from TCG Raptor. I have a special online code for you, and you'll get a nice discount. So enough of that. As I said, I'll talk about them again a little bit later on. This is an unboxing video. It's an unboxing video of the ZVEZDA 1/35 scale T-14 ARMATA. Yes, and this is a big box, a massive box. That's why I got to sit back so far, because look at the size of that. That's me up here. Okay, the T-14 ARMATA. Okay, on the cover here. Oh, I'm trying to get it all in. On the cover, it's a massive bloody box. It's a massive tank. Massive tank. It's the new Russian MBT. MBT stands for main battle tank. I know that. MBT. So something new every day. Learn something new every day. And MBT stands for main battle tank. Most of you already know that. Probably all of you know that. But anyway, there's the cover of the box. It's got a picture of the T-14 ARMATA. Lovely colour scheme, I must admit. Very, very nice colour scheme. That's going to be interesting to get that painted. On the back of the box, then I can do it in just plain green as well if I want to. But I think I'll go for the camouflage version, which is quite nice. So let's get this down on the table. Let's change the camera angle. Let's have a look at what's in the box. Alright, okay, so here we have it, down on the bench, and I've had to go some right funny angles to get all this in, because it's, you know, as kit boxes go, this is quite large. Again, we'll have a quick look at the box art. It gives us two pictures of two nice ARMATAs, all painted up there. Nice camouflage scheme, I must say, it's very nice. Could be interesting to do. It's the T-14 ARMATA model kit. It's in 1/35 scale. On the side here, it gives us the model code. It's 3670. It's from ZVEZDA. It gives us our colour callouts for ZVEZDA paints and for Tamiya paints, which is brilliant because I use Tamiyas. Also, we've got the decal sheet. Okay. Around to the other side, we've got the usual extra advertising from ZVEZDA, other kits that they do. We've got the T-90, which is a lovely kit. I have made that in the past, and it is a beautiful kit. We've got some figures here, some modern Russian infantry, and then we've got the Gaz. I'm trying to get it over, it won't go over. We've got the Gaz Jeep. Okay, on the back of it then we've got a nice photograph of the made-up model. It's painted in the plain green, so you have a choice. You can do it in either the camouflage scheme or just the plain green with the sort of the ceremonial decal. So you can go for the, you know, for when they do the May Day parades and all that. So you can have it done up for that in pristine condition, or you can have it battled version. So looks nice so far. Also here we've got the information here that tells us it's 1/35 scale, there's 410 parts, so it's not too bad. You know, nice good part count. And the whole vehicle will be 30.9 centimeters long when it's all done up. So enough of that unboxing. Let's get in and unbox it. Oop, that's it. Shattered the bloody camera. Right, we'll open up the seal. I like that with ZVEZDA, everything comes nicely sealed. That's my seal impersonation. Not very good, is it? Okay. Now, inside the box, what do we get in the box? We get an instruction manual. It's in booklet form. Very easy to follow and read. It's one of the things that this is important. These are important things. That's why I do unboxings. If you're thinking of buying the kit and you say to yourself, like, what do you get inside now? What are the instructions like? They're easy to follow. You get your sub-assemblies here at the side, and then you get your main assemblies then where you add on your little bits that you've already previously made and any other things. They're not too busy. Okay, there's not too many parts to go on in each step. So that is very, very nice. There's 29 steps in total. Okay, and it gives us a sprue map. Now we'll go into that in detail a little bit later on. I'll go into having a nice close look, a good scrutiny of the instruction manual. Okay, so we get them in nicely bagged. One, a large bag here. Two, oops, stop hitting the camera. 3 and 4 bags of sprues. We got the deck of the vehicle here and the turret parts. We get a one-piece hull. Okay, some nice detail on that. We'll have another look at that again, like I said, closely. And we get our clear parts and our decal sheet, and that's all we get inside the box. Oh yeah, safety instructions, very important safety instructions. So I'll just rearrange everything else, take everything out of the bags, and we'll have a close look at the parts. Okay, we start at the start. We start with piece A. Now piece A is one sprue A, and it's the lower hull. Okay, I just get a pointy stick. Where's the pointy stick? Mr. Pointy Stick. There we go. As you see, it's got nice little struts here, which help to keep that nice and square. It's made of a nice solid plastic. Doesn't, very, very hard for that to warp now because of the strengthening pieces in it. Some beautiful detail here on the side. Okay. Some lovely details there of that, and we've got some nice detail here in the front as well. Okay, tiny little bit of flash, but that's very, very easy to clean off. It's not damaged or anything. Moulding is quite nice. Like I said, just the tiniest little bit of flash up there, but don't worry about that. It's all part of modelling, cleaning off a little bit of flash, but it's not covered in flash. And plastic seems good. So that is piece sprue A. And as we can see from that, it is some lovely mouldings on that. Alright, next in line now we've got sprue B, and B is our hull, or deck, should I say, the deck for the hull. Again, some beautiful mouldings on it, some nice little protection pieces there so these things don't get damaged. I don't see any flash on this whatsoever. Oh, just tiniest little bit, but it's a sprue gate mark, so no flash. Lovely mouldings here for the extra armour. We've got the drivers and commanders' little hatches there. Like I said, the crew are in this compartment here. We've got our engine deck there. We've got some sort of stowage boxes and things, but the detail is absolutely beautiful on that. It's nicely raised you know, nice raised detail here on bolts and things. Okay, so very, very nicely detailed. Nice moulding, nice and crisp. You know, when you go into putting on the pin washes and things like that, that will flow into them absolutely beautiful. So there we go, that's that little support piece there. So that is very nice. That is Sprue B. Okay, Sprue B. Okay, next we've got Sprue C, and Sprue C has our upper and lower turret parts. Okay, from the inside here you can see there's got nice little slots there to pop in the smoke launchers there at the side. Mouldings here on the top of the turret. Got nice sort of deep slots there where parts will fit into. Got some lovely moulding here for the add-on armour and things like that. And as you can hear, click, 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 that it's nicely raised and all that. So that will take pin washes and dry brushing and all that absolutely gorgeously. Nothing more really I can say about that, but the condition is absolutely beautiful on them. The moulding seems perfect, nice and crisp. So that is Sprue C. Okay, now next we've got Sprue D. Okay, now Sprue D has our side panels. We've got two more side panels here by the looks of it. We've got that kind of mesh system that goes on the back, the same as the T-90 if you're aware of that. We've got some track parts, okay, whether that's the spare track or not, I do not know yet. And we've got our guide horns then, separate guide horns to pop into those places. Lovely, lovely detail on those, as you can see. We've got some pipe work here, we've got a couple of panels, and we've got the bottom turret ring. Okay, so let's have a closer look at some of these parts, mouldings and all that for them. So they're nice and crisp, nicely raised. Okay, there's one of those little side panels. Again, you know, any grooves that are cut into them, they're nice and deep, you know. Not too deep that they look awkward, but deep enough that they'll, you know, they'll take a wash, and pin washes will be absolutely gorgeous on those. There's that sort of that mesh system that goes at the very, very back. What it's for, I do not know. But it's on the T-90. If anybody's ever built a T-90, that's that mesh system that's on the back of that. We've got some more panels and things, look very nice. We've got track parts here, okay. Now whether those tracks are spare tracks or they're to be added on for the thing or not, I do not know. But there seem to be lovely mouldings on those tracks. And we've got the separate guide horns. They're on you know, they're on a kind of little rail that you pop into the center piece here. Right, there are a couple of little ejector pin marks here and here, but they are slightly raised, so they'll be cleaned off very, very easy. I do like it when they're raised. You don't really have to fill them, you just kind of a bit of a sanding and that will clear them up. We've got our turret ring here. We've got what appears to be the back panel, but it is not, I don't know. We've got some more little panels and things. We've got some pipe work there. Looks very nice, very nicely detailed, and the clips and all are nicely detailed onto it. And we've got another couple of panels there, but again, all the mouldings on them are really, really crisp and fine. I'm not finding any flash, and you know, that's what we want. We want it to be clean and crisp, so therefore when we do the modelling itself and putting everything together, it should fit nice and easy. So that is Sprue D. Alright, here now we have Sprue E, and E Sprue has our wheels and our track sections. Okay, it's link and length tracks, so we've got separate links, we've got long sections, and we've got our wheels, we've got suspension parts as well. So right, there's our drive sprocket. Some beautiful detail on that, isn't there? Really nice, really crisp. Okay, our tracks, get a close up of those there. Very nicely molded, very nicely molded indeed. Some very nice detail on those. With our individual track links, we've got our suspension parts. Okay, on the back of the tracks there, we started looking for ejector pin marks. We usually get them. Right, so we've got two there, two there, two there, and two there. And again, like I said, they're slight. No, these seem to be slightly indented in, but they're not all over, and they're very faint. So you could get away without having to fill them or anything, because they're not very deep. If you want to go to the bother of filling them, then fill them if that is what you do. I usually just give it a bit of a rub, a bit of sandpaper and a scraping, and that will usually kind of clear up them. And we've got on our separate guide horns then, so they're obviously on another sprue. But we've got our suspension parts as well on that. Now we do have ejector pin marks, but they are going to be on the inside, so that's not going to bother us. Our wheels, let's look at the detail on the wheels. Okay, but we've got two different types here. We've got the type with the bolts and things, and we've got the open one. Well, now, but how they're constructed, I don't know. We'll find that out when we go into the instructions, won't we? But the detail on those is absolutely beautiful, and that is sprue E, and we have two of these. Okay, it's a duplicate sprue, so there's two of those. Sprue E. Right, this is sprue G. There is no F sprue, so there's no F in sprue. Excuse my French. But anyway, on sprue G, we've got our guide horns. Okay, we've got our lengths here. Like, this is a duplicate, so there's two of these. We've got a couple of our individual ones. We've got some little clamps, some very fine wire pieces here, but they're in good condition. They're nicely done. Same with this little one here, as you can see. And it's got the extra, little pop out or pop. You just easily cut them off and clean them off very easy. Sort of ejector marks or ejector pins. If you can listen to that, you can tell straight away that that's nicely detailed there, nicely molded. We've got some more small parts. We've got some little hooks and handles and things. Right. Loads of little panels and all that type of bits. Tow hooks, dart cable ends. We've got more tiny little parts there. Some more handles. It appears to be ammo or something like that. I'm not sure. Find out as we build it, says you. But we've got very fine parts here, and they're nicely molded. There's some nice little detail on those. If you can get a close look at that there, if I put my hand on it, it might zoom in that a little bit better. Okay, yeah, you can see the detail on those. Very crisp, very fine pieces. Okay, and we've got the guide horns here, nice little curve in that. So when you're putting the individual links together, you'll know if you get the curve in that right or not, because that's all pre-curved for you. And we've got some towing eyes there, that lock onto the tow hooks and things. Very nicely detailed. So that is sprue G, and as I said, we've got two of these as well. Okay, now sprue H, another large sprue. On this we've got some of the turret parts here. We've got some track links. We've got some nice side panels. I think they're for the turret. We've got towing hooks there. Lovely detail on those, actually, I must admit, they're very nice. We've got some hatch covers. We've got the machine gun there, the shooty thing. I like shooty things. And we've got our barrel for the main gun, our big shooty thing. I like shooty things. Shooty things. I got given out to there for somebody saying shooty things. Couldn't it be a little bit more technical? No, I can't. Okay, shooty things. I like shooty things. Okay, so we've got some more panels. You know, whether they go onto the turret or the body of the tank, I do not know. And we find out as we build them up along. We've got the hatch cover there. We've got 2 tow hooks. Okay, nice detail on the tow hooks. Okay. Nice wire detail there on those. We've got 2 more of those little mesh pieces that go on the back. There's kind of a mesh system at the back, and it kind of goes like that, one overlapping the other. It's the same on the T-90, and it's kind of unique things to Russian tanks. I've only ever seen them on that. Like, you know, the unditching logs on the back of Russian tanks as well. That's kind of unique to them. And we've got some, I presume, sort of handrails or something like that. Right, so overall the detail is lovely on them, and you know, the moulding is nice and crisp. There's no flash, especially on small parts like this. You know, if you get a big lump of flash on that, you're in danger of breaking it as you're clearing it. So far so good. All the pieces are nicely done. So that, you know, is Sprue H. Okay. Right, there is no I or J sprue, but we're on to K, and we've got our K sprue here. And K sprue are a load of little fiddly bits. Easiest way to describe it is fiddly bits. But again, you know, these are bits that are important that there is no flash on, because the danger of breaking, you know, that is in very, very fine pieces there. You know, flashing them, for one, they're very, very hard to clean off. You're also in danger of breaking them, you know, but there's no flash on them. Very, very nicely detailed. The attachment there from the sprue onto the piece itself, it isn't too big. Okay, so a little bit of cleanup on those, but they're easy enough. And it's the fact that there's only, say, the 2 here on the long bar should be easy enough. Just be careful when cleaning them off. I find it like a little bit of sandpaper in your hand, and just rub it up and down very, very gently. That'll clear it off. You know, take your time, do it slowly. If it takes a couple of goes to do it, all the better, you know, rather than trying to get it all off in one go. But we've got loads of little panels and things. Detail again is absolutely beautiful on those. Moulding is nice and crisp. What more can you say about it? You know, we've got another couple of track pieces there. The track pieces seem to be dispersed amongst the sprues. But the detailing of them is absolutely beautiful. That is Sprue K. Okay, now we're down to what was inside in the little Ziploc bag with the decals. We've got clear parts and 2 pieces of nylon mesh. And funnily enough, it turns out that our clear parts is Sprue F. So we do have a Sprue F, okay, and it's the clear parts. What can I say about them? They're clear anyway, and they're parts. But they are nicely moulded. You do get some flash on clear parts in a lot of kits, but I don't see any on these. They seem to be okay. I usually don't get that when it's on the sprue. I'd spray them with the clear blue paint. To me, I do a lovely blue clear, and it's absolutely fabulous on modern armour. You wouldn't really do it for Second World War stuff, but for modern armour it comes out quite nice. Okay, so that is our Sprue F and our clear parts. We also get 2 little pieces of nylon mesh. Now, I've used this stuff in the past, and it does glue, and it does the exact same job as, say, expensive PE. You know, if they went off making these pieces in PE, you're adding extra VAT price onto the kits, and I suppose that's how ZVEZDA can keep their prices down. Great thing about ZVEZDA is their boxing is absolutely fabulous. It's good sturdy boxing. Their instructions are clear and precise. I've had no problems with any of the mouldings or fit issues with any of their products. So, you know, if they can do it at a nice reasonable price, why can't the rest of them? Okay. People probably wouldn't buy, oh, I'll stay away from that, they're Russian rubbish. And it's not, it is not. It's very, very good quality stuff indeed. And we've got a slightly thicker piece here. It's a thicker gauge and a bigger holes in that. So that's our little bits of nylon mesh. And while I'm there, we can look into our decals, right? I've never had a problem with ZVEZDA decals. They are never too thick. The minimal bit of carrier film on them, in other words, you know, the clear part that goes around them, it's right up, practically right up to the printing itself. So it's very nice. They're never really shiny, but I gloss coat, then put on the decals, and then gloss coat over them, and then when you dull coat over the whole lot, that dulls everything down. So I've never had a problem with shiny decals anyway, but they don't come out shiny. So very, very nice. They're all perfectly in register and everything else like that. Even if you go down to the small colourful one there, okay, as you can see that, very, very nice, very, very clear. We got some numbers. Okay, so they are our decals. So that's the little Ziploc bag. We've got our decals, our F-sprue, and our little bits of nylon mesh. So all that's left now is we'll have a look at the instruction sheet and have a quick flick through that. Okay, so here we have our instruction sheet. I'm going to zoom down the camera so we're not going to get the whole sheet in view, but I'll make sure that we can see all the parts anyway, or all the components of it. So zoom in. That's enough. Right, we've got the front page. We've got the pictures that's on the box art, the kit itself, so the usual safety instructions, safety garb. You know, how to remove your pieces, how to clean them off, and how to place them. We all know that at this stage. But then again, there are some people out there that don't. I mean, this might be their very first model kit, and if you're thinking of getting it, so far it looks very nice. I must admit, I'm looking forward to getting this made. And like I said, this build is sponsored by TCG Raptor. They're a US online hobby store. They've got model kits, trading cards, tools and supplies, and they also do sports cards. But when it comes to the kits, they do AMT, Bandai, Hasegawa, Hobby Boss, Meng, Tamiya, and of course ZVEZDA. Right, more about them later on, and like I said, stay tuned because I'll be giving you a special little code that you can type in when you're purchasing something from them, and you get a nice, really nice discount. And this code is specific for my channel. Yay! So anyway, lads, quick look at the instructions. When you've got a black arrow, okay, this is important, and I only copped this. I mean, I've done a couple of ZVEZDA kits before I copped this. When you've got a straight line that's black and not filled in, that means that you've got to glue them. When you've got a hollow arrow, okay, see what I mean there about a plain hollow. When you've got the hollow one in the instructions, do not glue. Okay, so solid arrow for gluing, hollow arrow, don't glue. Okay, so in step 1, we're putting our turret together. Step 2, continue on with the turret. Step 3, we're putting on the turret ring onto it, other parts that go on there as well. We've got this makeup of our barrel. Okay, we're still on the, sorry about that. Right, step 1, we're 2, 3, 4 and 5 there, it's all working on the turret. As is step 6, we're putting in the smoke launchers. Like I said, when we looked at the part, we've got the nice little cut-out pieces for it to slot into, so you're not guessing where they go. We're attaching our gun. There's those side pans. I presumed that they were for the turret, and I was right. They're going in. We're building up our turret machine gun. Okay, we've got some more pieces here for the turret, 11, 12, 13 and 14. Okay, and like I said with ZVEZDA, I like the fact that they've got, you do up your sub-assemblies, you know, and it's got, say, 7A, 7B, 7C, 7D. So those pieces are needed for step 7, and then you A, B, C and D, then you're fitting them. Very, very nice, easily done, nice and precise. You shouldn't get anything wrong. And when I'm doing it, as you probably, if you've watched any of my videos before, once I've done a piece and marked it off, I just give it a little mark with highlighter pen, and it highlights the part that you've done. So when you go back over it, especially with some kids, you say, oh, well, I'm not going to fit that now, I'll fit that later on. And if I'm going to fit it later on, I just give it a different colour. So then when I've got everything done and all ready, go back through the instructions, I can see that I've done every single thing, and any parts that are marked in the orange, it means they've got to do them now. And then when they're done, I just go over to them with the green. So it's an easy system, and it works. It works for me. Okay, so now we're on to the upper hull. Okay, or the hull basically. We've got the upper hull deck part of it there. We've got, we're putting in our mesh pieces here over the engine grill and putting on some covers on that. Okay, it gives us a size there, template size there for the for cutting that nylon mesh. Same here. Right, we're adding in our vision blocks. Like I said, because they go slip on the top, I'm going to leave them till a much later stage because they're going to be already pre-painted. They're going to be painted blue. So leave them off as long as you possibly can. I know that there's a cover that goes over them, but you could even leave off that cover until quite later as well. Alright, so in step 17 then, we're adding the deck to the hull base, fitting in a little piece here in the bottom, our exhaust. Right, at the back then we've got our back panel and those front little, don't know what they are, little rosary bits or whatever, okay, and our towing points. Step 20 then, we're on to suspension. 21, our wheels. 22, putting our tracks on. 23 then, we're putting on our side panels. Okay, again with the side panels you could leave them off, you know, just mask off here where they go. I'll show you when I'm doing it, when I get around to it. Just watch what I'm doing. It's easier than say constructing the whole thing, because you can say build the tracks on it, paint them on it, and then fit these pieces on later on, just mask off around. It's kind of fiddly and kind of awkward, but it works, and it works for me. It works easier than say trying to do the track and have that done and then trying to fit it all on. It can be awkward. It can be awkward. So usually what I do is I'd paint the tracks on the sprue. So you got the base colour down on the sprue, and then you can do your wheels and everything else. So you can paint all that section, paint the lower hull with the wheels on and everything else. Then put the tracks on, then mask off that, and then put them on. That's another way of doing it, you know. Whatever works for you, that's the main thing. Okay. Step 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 are all putting on those little fiddly bits, like I said. All the little pipe work, tow hooks. We've got more little pipe work to go on there. We've got some handles and clasps to go on the sides there. And then finally in step 29 we're putting the that mesh. Now that mesh seems to be going at the side rather than the back. On the T-90 it goes at the back here, but here it's sort of going at the side at the back. Very, very nice stuff, very nice indeed. And then we've got fitting on our turret. And that's it, then the construction done. Here then we've got on the very, very back page, we've got the sprue maps, the usual sprue maps. On the very last page then we've got our colour callouts. this one here, like I said, is the parade version, and this would be the combat version. And I go for the combat version. You know, the plain version, it's too plain. There's nothing exciting about it. So we're going to go for the camouflage. That's going to be fun. I must admit, that's going to be fun. So that's it for this unboxing, lads. Don't forget to stay tuned to the channel for the rest of this build, and this whole build is sponsored by TGC Raptor. Like I said, they're an online model kits, trading cards, tools and supplies, and sports cards company. They deal online, and they give fabulous prices and things like that, a little bit cheaper than what you'd get in most of the other bigger online stores. They're a small company. There's only a couple of lads involved in it, so do you know, get out there and help them, lads. They're adding to their inventory the whole time. When it comes down to kits, as I said, they've got AMT kits, which would be cars and things like that. The AMT do a lot of that car stuff, so if you're into the cars. Bandai, so you got the Star Wars stuff then with the Bandai. Hasegawa, usually airplanes, things like that. You've got Hobby Boss, Meng, Tamiya, and ZVEZDA. So, like I said, I did say that I'm going to give you a little online code to add in. Oh, I'm after breaking my Wookiee. But when you go through the site and you're going, and then you go to the order page, and it'll give you a little box there that you can enter a code if you've got a code for discount code. And the discount code for this one is John M15. Okay. You'll see it down here. I've it written down here, and I'll also put it into the description as well. John M15, and with that you'll get $15 off the price of anything on the website. So do support them, lads, please. I do ask you to support them. You know me. I'm all about the little guy. You know, saving money. Showing that cheap kits are just as good as the expensive kits. You don't need tons of aftermarket parts, but you know, aftermarket parts, they work for some people. I don't buy aftermarket. When it comes to washes and things, I don't buy washes. I make my own, and I try to support the little guy. You know, the small independent hobby shops, because they're dying away, and everything has gone down to bloody well big business. And a lot of the times we don't have a choice but to stick with the big business. But do check out TGC or TCG Raptor. Okay, in the description box below I'll give you a link to their website, and don't forget the code John M15. That's JOHNM 15. Enter that into the code box on the site when you're actually ordering something, and with that you will get $15 off your order, which is a nice discount, I must admit. $15, you know, considering the price of kits, they're not very, very expensive. Anyone take $15 off that, yippee, we'll have some of that, says you. But unfortunately that is only open to US. Okay, it is only open to the United States. Hopefully, if there's anybody else out there that want to sponsor a video and they're based in the UK and or Ireland, just get in contact with me. My email address will be below in the description box as well. So that's it for now, lads. Don't forget to stay tuned to the channel for the build of this T-14 Armata from ZVEZDA, and don't forget to join myself and Abby on Mondays for the bum. So until then, lads, stay safe, enjoy your modelling, be nice to one another. And like I always say, go out and buy yourself a kit, build it and enjoy it. Okay, this is John signing off. I'll catch you in the next one, lads. Stay safe.